Okay, listen. When your press secretary walks up to the podium and drops truth bombs like she's in a political action movie, you know things are about to get good. Caroline Leavitt just casually roasted an entire administration with facts and took a sip of water like a boss.
Peter.
The president can declassify anything that he wants. Has he looked to see if there are any records here that would contradict what we've been told about Joe Biden's decline?
He has not directed anyone, to my knowledge, to look into that, but surely I can ask him if he intends to. I think the president has spoken on this pretty extensively, and I have spoken about it extensively from this podium as well, how it was truly one of the worst political scandals this country has ever seen, that the previous administration covered up the decline in the former president's mental and physical ability. And it's now all coming out, but the American people knew the truth, and that's one of the many reasons why President Trump won the election on November 5th.
Peter out here acting like there's still a debate. Like, has the president looked into whether the sky is blue? Bro, we all got eyes. Karoline basically said, no need, the whole thing was obvious to anyone not living under a rock. She even called it one of the worst scandals ever. And I love how she throws in, and that's why Trump won on November 5th like a cherry on top. That was some mic drop energy right there. You can feel her fighting the urge to say, next question, clown.
And President Trump says that he basically thinks unelected Biden staffers concealed his decline so that they could use the levers of power for their own personal gain.
Well, look, that's not just the president thinking that, Peter. There's a new book out. I don't know if any of you have heard about it. Again, a little bit too late because the American people knew the truth on this from the very beginning. And there were reporters in this room, including some from your network, Peter, I'll give you a little bit of credit here, who have said that clearly Joe Biden's staffers were engaging in this cover-up. So this is common sense. This isn't the president making it up. These are facts that are now finally being revealed.
Okay, but this part, Caroline's like, oh, you mean the thing everyone already knew, but just didn't say out loud? And then she says, Peter, I'll give you a little credit. That was savagely polite, like giving your frenemy a thank you card with a glitter bomb inside. She's out here confirming a DC cover-up conspiracy and doing it like she's reading the morning weather. Cold front of truth moving in, and Biden's team is not prepared.
Right, and I'm not saying the president's making it up, but he specifically talks about the autopen. He thinks that staffers were using this autopen.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some kind of like a badge that you have to swipe to use an autopen? Is there a record of that?
I can tell you here at this White House, the president signs any document that has legal implications. The president signs every executive order. He signs every proclamation. He signs pretty much every document that is needed for the president's signature, with the exception of maybe some letters to children. From what we have heard and seen, that was not the case in the previous administration, and the president is raising good questions that are worth looking into. And as for Maha, I'm going to take a sip of water, if that's okay with you guys. Go ahead.
This was my favorite. Peter's like, is there a badge system for the autopen? Sir, what is this? Mission Impossible? You think someone's sneaking into the Oval Office like, quick, I've got 30 seconds to forge this veto. And Karoline, bless her, just calmly says, yeah, here, the actual president signs stuff, unlike some people. And then the ultimate flex, she takes a sip of water mid-answer. Like, I've said what I said, hydration is key. I swear she hit refresh on everyone's common sense right there.